Welcome back everyone to my Give Me God of War difficulty walkthrough, and in this video we are just going to be doing the Garm boss fight and a couple of other fights before the Garm boss fight. So yeah, let's move on to the first fight.
Go. We're close. Promise me you won't kill him, okay?
I make no promises, but I will try not to kill the beast.
Okay, so moving on to the first fight here, it's just these two enemies. So just pull out the blades to destroy their secondary armor that they have, their little ice armor that they have. You can use your light blade runic attack here if you do want to. It's honestly up to preference. I obviously don't do it here. That's also because I chose not to. Like I said, it's preference. So whatever you decide that you want to do for this fight, you can do. You don't have to use the light runic attack, but it probably is recommended. And that's it for this fight, so let's move on to the next one.
What is your plan?
I'm sort of making it up as I go. But you're not talking about Garm.
You cannot outsmart Odin.
It's worked so far.
Has it? Now what?
I'm gonna try to tame it.
Tame it.
Sure. I've tamed wolves before.
Alrighty, moving on to the next fight here. This one's simple. Literally just throw your axe at them, don't even get close to them. That fight's really easy because they have the HP of a ranged enemy. And then right here is going to be another Bifrost enemy where he's going to have ice armor on him. There's actually two of them, one that's waiting around the corner. If you are able to do the Blades of Chaos slam attack that you saw me do there, like right here, that attack, then you can basically kill all of his armor. It's a very, very good move that does a lot of damage, and you're going to see me using it a lot through the rest of this playthrough. Alrighty, that's it. So let's go on to the next fight.
You freeze his chains with your axe so he can't run and latch him onto something.
No! Too dangerous.
It's a good plan. Let's move.
Right!
Are you okay? We almost
Your transformation. Did Odin teach you to control it?
No.
We will not rely on what he taught you. Next time, do it my way.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so moving on to the next fight here. For these enemies, you can wait for them to jump over to you, or you could jump towards them. As you see, I just jumped towards them, and then I use the blades because it's really good for AoE. And then there's going to be 2 more enemies once you go a certain amount of progress ahead. So if you walk a little bit too far ahead, you will see a couple of those enemies spawn in. If you didn't want to spawn them in, obviously just let them jump towards you. And the best bet for that fight is you can probably just wait in between the jump, because I'm pretty sure while they're jumping, you can hit them out of the air with the blades, which will allow them to fall straight down if you really wanted to do that. So that's an option. That's it for that fight, though. So we are going to move on to the next one, which is going to be right here. This is just a couple of nightmares. Don't do what I do here. Don't throw your axe at multiple of them without killing them. Just throw it at one. And then once you kill one, then you go to the other and just do that one by one. And then for the Wraith here, honestly, your best bet is probably to just use your rage for this one. So you're going to see me slowly just trying to kill her. But after a little bit, I just realized it's not really worth it. And then I just use the rage to kill her. If you don't have your rage, this is still a pretty easy fight. It would just take you a little bit because you're going to have to keep shooting the Atreus arrow. And then you have to attack her. It just wastes a lot of time. So if it does come to it, just use a rage. If you don't have it, then just want you to just keep your distance from her. You don't really have to get too close since you do have the drop near spear. So you could technically just use that. And the throw on that is really, really strong. So you could use that if you would like to. And that is it for that fight. There's just 2 more enemies that spawn in. I think it's when you get her to around 50% of HP. And that will be it. So let's move on to the next fight.
We will use it.
Okay.
Alrighty, so moving on to the Garm boss fight. There's not too much to explain here, so you're going to hear me explain it through his stages. He has 3 different stages. And for this first one, he doesn't really do a ton. He's just going to try and attack you with usually just his mouth. And sometimes he will send these waves that you can either dodge out of the way by going left or right, or you can parry the first one and do the light parry attack, which will allow you to get invis frames for the second one. He will try to do the unblockable bite towards you. That's easy. You could just dodge left or right. And honestly, that's really all that he does. He will do sometimes a chain attack, but when it's the unblockable chain attack, you will be able to freeze the chain and stun him with it. So, all you want to do for this fight is whenever he goes for that one attack, which is his unblockable bite attack, just dodge to the right, and then you're going to see this unblockable chain attack. This is where you can freeze it, and then you can grab it, and it basically gives you just a ton of free damage. So you want to take your opportunity with this, and you want to 100% use it. So I think this is where stage 2 starts. Yes. So whenever he screams like that, that's indicating that you've got a checkpoint and also that you're on to the next stage. So now he's gonna start shooting. He's gonna start shooting some of the ice balls at you, and one of them will have a rock that you can throw back at him. He's also gonna be doing the chain attack that I was talking about in the first wave. I'm not sure if he does it in the first wave because I wasn't in it for too long, but I'm pretty sure he does. Then he has the ice attacks the ice ranged attack, which you have to watch out for because that isn't unblockable. He still has the slam down, but he's going to do it an extra time. Right here, I did waste my rage. I'm not really sure why I used it, but not always will this ranged attack right here yield you a stone that you can throw back at him. So you just have to be patient on stage 2, and you just want to wait until he rushes you, and then once he rushes you, that's when you can either choose to parry him, or if you can't parry him, you could just play it very safe and you could just block. And he will probably do the unblockable attack at one point, the unblockable bite. Once he does that, he will get stunned for a little bit. And that's all the moves. You just gotta watch out for the chain. As soon as you see the unblockable chain, you just freeze it. Then you want to slam him down and take advantage of all the damage that you can do. You can use your rage once here if you want. That's it for stage 2. So now we're gonna move on to stage 3, which is gonna start basically almost instantly whenever you get the chance to grab him. Now this is going to be exactly the same as stage 1 and 2, except he's going to try to slam down on the ground, and when he does it, it will send a shockwave on the floor that will go towards you. It goes across the entire map. You just have to block it. Now you're gonna see I was not known of it, so I do get hit by that attack, but that's why I'm telling you guys this now, almost hopefully before he did it. If you are trying to use this to get through this, just watch out for that attack. And I'm pretty sure that's all that he gains from stage 3. I don't think he really gains anything else. The only other thing that he gains from this is when he does that unblockable chain attack, it's not guaranteed that it'll be one that you could freeze. So you just gotta watch out for that. And other than those 2 moves, he really doesn't gain anything else. He is not, I wouldn't consider him a hard boss fight, but I'm not gonna say he's easy because he's not like super easy. He is around the intermediate difficulty on Garm. So right here is gonna be where he slams down, and I do not realize that obviously you have to jump. Well, not jump. Well, you have to block. My bad. Why did I say jump? So that's what you're gonna have to watch out for, and if you do get hit by it, you will get slowed because it is a frost attack. So it's gonna be very hard if you do get hit by it. I luckily just barely was able to escape without being bit with his unblockable one, which would have probably almost insta-killed me. I'm not entirely sure if that's true or not though, but as soon as he gets down to this 1 bar, it's basically over. You just have to survive until he does his chain slam. You can't actually kill him normally. He has to do the chain slam attack. So this is where you're just playing a waiting game, where you're basically just baiting, and you're just waiting until he go ahead and does that move. So for me right here, this is when he does it, but this was the bait that I was talking about. He can bait it sometimes, and then right here, this is where he actually did it. So that's it for the Garm boss fight. So let's move on to the next fight.
I'm on it!
It is over.
I wish it didn't have to end that way. It's my fault he got loose. But he's dead.
Sometimes there is no other way.
I know. Can we just go home now?
Atreus.
I know. Close my heart to it. Another locked door. That should do it.
You are gone. I sought the Norns. They told me Heimdall intended to kill you in Asgard.
Heimdall? The Norns? I thought you didn't believe in that.
Alrighty, so I'm just going to make a disclaimer here. You are going to see these fights, but I'm not really going to explain anything on them, because this isn't really something where you're supposed to fight. You're just supposed to run past all the enemies. So right here I do get grabbed, but like I said, you're not really supposed to fight them. You're supposed to just keep running, and as long as you keep running, you should be good. They're not really any hard enemies, but the only real fight that I will basically explain is going to be coming up right here. This is where Garm, you have to refight him for a little bit, but the way that I do it is actually wrong. You're supposed to throw your, what is it? It is the Draupnir spear, actually. Yeah, that's what it is. You're supposed to throw it at his leg, but also if you do enough damage, you could just go ahead and skip it, just like that. And that's pretty much the only real fight that you have to do, but it's not even really that hard. You could just hold block if you have to. This one, if you have the heavy runic attack that I'm using, you could just use that to clear out the area, and then you just run past them. So yeah, these are all just fights that I don't really have to explain too much, because you're not really doing them, you're just running past them. Alrighty, so we're gonna move on to the next fight.
You must learn to calm your mind.
Maybe I've learned I run better on tail.
What else did you learn?
We work better when we trust each other.
You hear that?
Where is he?
You good?
Alrighty, so now that we're on to the next Garm fight, this is where you have to throw your Draupnir spear at his legs, and you have to throw it at his neck whenever he gets stunned. So this is what you're going to want to do, is you throw it on his left leg. Now you're going to see me throwing it on all of his legs, but you're not really supposed to. You're only supposed to throw it on his left leg, and then on Garm's left side, you're going to see a weak spot that you can throw it on, that you can throw the Draupnir spear on, which I don't really realize until a while. So I will, call it out once I do it, but you're not going to see me do that for a little bit, because I did not realize where the weak spot was until we were closer to the end of the fight. So you just want to basically just keep defending yourself, and every time you get the chance to throw it at his leg, you can do it because it does a lot of damage. So just throw it at his bottom, it's his top right leg, so that would be your left. So you see the left leg that I'm throwing at, it would be that one. And like I said, whenever you get the chance to get on his right side, your right side, not his right side, if you can get on from your right side and you are able to hit his neck, then you could do that too. And right here, I'm pretty sure, is where the fight comes to an end. You do have to kill him all over again, but he has way less HP compared to before. And I think as soon as you get him down to 1 bar, that's when it ends again. So yeah, he's going to gain all his HP back, so it looks like it happens at 2 bars. Once he gains all of his HP back, You just have to stun him. I think it's only one more time. And then you should be good to go ahead and finish this boss. So for this one, my strat would be just to play it safe. Just keep blocking if you have to. Don't really worry about damaging him too much. Just wait until his weak points come back and then go for the damage. So he's gonna do this slam attack. That's easy. You just have to block it. That's very, very easy. And then there's this little weak spot on his neck that I've been talking about that I wasn't hitting at all for basically the entire fight. And all he really has is he has his normal bite attacks that he's been doing. And that's really all that he gains. He just has that and his slam down. And he doesn't really have too many moves. So this is more of a... This one is pretty easy compared to like the previous Garm boss fight. This one's pretty easy though. And just like that, that is it. So we are done with all the fights in this video. So hopefully this did help you. And I will see you guys in the next one.
Please work, please work, please work! I'm sorry!
What happened?
We gotta find him. Come on.
Well, guess he came this way. Let's find another way up.
What did you do?
At the house. The spell you saw me do when Fenrir died. I didn't know it then. But I accidentally put his soul into my knife. Souls are powerful, so I thought maybe Fenrir's could...
Change its nature.
Yeah, let's see if it took.
When I found you in Midgard, before Freya attacked, you said you needed to protect me. Why?
I saw a prophecy. You were... in my arms. Dead.
I saw it too. In Jotunheim.
What? You knew? That's why you've been training me so hard.
One day, you will have to survive without me.
Not gonna happen. I won't let it. I won't.
All journeys come to an end.
Not ours. Not like that. You're okay. Sorry I hurt you. It's over now. I promise. Fen? Are you? Boy. Yeah. I missed you too. Didn't know if that would work. We did it.
Sit. How is this possible?
It's giant magic. I've been learning things.
In Asgard.
This has nothing to do with that.
More secrets.
No. A promise. One that someone's trusting me to keep. Like you kept your promise to Mom? See what I can do when you trust me?
Home. We should inform the others. Decide our next move.
So, when the Norns told you Heimdall was gonna try and kill me, that's what your spear's for, isn't it?
It is.
Heimdall's a jerk, but that's not who you are anymore, right? A god killer? You don't want war.
No. But I will do what it takes to keep you safe.
Alpha! Great, it's open. Maybe we can use the sigils to creep the gear up there. Father, if you can't trust the fates, why do you care what they say?
When it comes to your life, I can take no chances.
The Mystic Gateway got buried.
I have it.
What's wrong?
I have been falling back into my old ways. Angry. Distrustful. With you. Now and before. I chased you away.
Without you, I got reckless. Overconfident. Made stupid mistakes. I don't know why I thought I could do this alone. You were right.
No. On our journey together, you have grown into a warrior worthy of your namesake. I was the one who was not ready.
You don't have to be who you were just because I'm not there. Let's make a promise. I'll listen for your voice in my head when you're not there, to guide me. And you do the same. All right? I need to know you'll be okay without me.
Atreus. I am sorry.
Don't be sorry, Father. Be better. Let's go home. Nothing is written that can't be unwritten. Remember? We shouldn't let prophecy define our choices.
Then we will make our own destiny.
Did you want to take care of anything before going back to Sindri's?
No. First, we retrieve Mimir. Then you can tell us what you learned in Asgard. After that, we shall see.
You really do think of him as a brother. What about Freya? Seems like she moved in while I was away.
Once she turned her hatred back to Odin, she recognized our interests were aligned.
Huh. I tried convincing her of that, but...
When was that?
Oh, before I started telling you where I was that night.
I see.
Hey, she didn't kill me.
I said nothing.
You're back. How did it go?
We should trouble us no further.
Well, that's a bloody relief. So you put down old Garm, did you?
Yeah, sort of.
Atreus, your decision to go to Asgard after all he's put us through. I'll never understand it. But I hope you at least came back with something we can use.
I hope so too. Come on, let me show you what Odin's up to. Here's what he cares about most. More than Ragnarok or anything. Is this mask. Anyone recognize it?
That thing? Ugh, it's a dead end. He's been faffing around with that since before I knew him. To be honest, I thought the Giants were just having a laugh with that one.
Okay, fine. No. You're wrong, Mimir. This mask is no fraud. The Giants didn't make it, and only a few of them ever glimpsed it in their visions. They never knew its origin, but some believed it was a way to gaze into the secrets of creation itself.
Is it an oracle?
Much, much more. Imagine becoming one with a source of infinite knowledge. This is why Odin tortured me.
So what do you think? Know it?
No. It's one obsession he never saw fit to share with me. But I'll tell you this. Even when Odin speaks the truth, his purpose is false. Either way, it's a mistake to let it distract us. Is Heimdall our focus or not?
We will rewrite our fate another way.
Then I'm going back to Vanaheim. If we're not taking the fight to Odin, I should help my brother stand against him.
We will join her when we can.
Father, I'm gonna study my notes on the mask. See if I can think of a plan. But if you want to go anywhere, I'm with you. And listen, everyone. I'm really sorry about the way I left. You know I've never hurt any of you on purpose.
Well, when you can turn into a bear by accident, I suppose these things can happen.
So, do you forgive me?
Of course, Atreus.
We know you meant no harm, lad.
Sindri?
I'm sure I will. Eventually.
Okay. Guess I'll take it.